Good Shabbos to you. How are you?
Junior? Yeah. So there's one outline for the two of us. There's no Ari. There's Ari's coming in. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya ya. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ay ay ay. Ya ya la ya. Ya la 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 yo. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, hello. Mazal Tov. We are so lucky to get to be gathering in community. I am so grateful to get to be sitting next to not only Jace Coster, our former rabbinic intern, now membership and engagement coordinator and almost rabbi, and Rabbi Joey Glick, who is just an incredible human being, and Arya, who is becoming a Jewish adult tomorrow. We have smachot in this space also. I want to welcome Larry and Jane. We'll call you up in just a few minutes, who are celebrating their wedding anniversary. And we will also be celebrating a 40th birthday of somebody who is on their way. And so I want to acknowledge both the sweetness of getting to come together in community, the miracle of getting to come together in community, the miracle of getting to return to Shabbat. And I also want to acknowledge and open up the sacred responsibility of holding each other in the midst of sorrow and shake. We come together tonight as a community that is shaken by violence that took the lives of Representative Melissa Hortman and Mark Hortman, beloved members of our greater Minnesota family. And we pray for comfort and support for the whole Hortman family. And we also pray for healing for Senator John Hoffman and Yvette Hoffman. Their loss is heavy, and our fear is profound. And the pain in this room is not abstract, my loves. It is personal and communal and material. And so we begin this Shabbat by naming that pain. We don't push it away. We don't rush past it. In Jewish tradition, to name sorrow is to honor those we've lost and to honor those who grieve. So may the memories of Melissa and Mark Hortman be for a blessing. I also acknowledge that there are members of Shir Tikva here with family in Israel, Palestine, and Iran, who have been holding tremendous amounts of fear and worry about our loved ones as they've taken refuge where refuge is possible. Welcome in, loved ones, weary and worn. May there be safety, may there be peace, may there be a new generation of courageous and ethical leaders who will care for their people. So Jewish tradition teaches us not to rush past grief, not to fix it with platitudes or polished prayers. We name what is real, and then we sing. There's a story in Talmud about Rabbi Yochanan, who went to visit his friend Rabbi Elazar, who was sick and suffering. And when Rabbi Yochanan entered the room, he saw that Elazar was weeping. And he asked gently, "Why are you crying?" And Elazar answered, "Because I've lost so much, because there is so much pain in the world, because even if we live long and do good, it ends in death." And what did Rabbi Yochanan do? He sat down. He took Elazar's hand, and he cried with him. And only then, after their tears mingled, did Rabbi Yochanan offer his hand again and helped his friend rise. So this is how we hold each other tonight. We don't rush to the rising. We sit. We witness. We allow the sorrow its rightful place. And then I pray with time, with breath, with song, with each other. We enter Shabbat. Not because it makes the whole world whole, but because it reminds us that wholeness is possible. Shabbat is a sanctuary in time. It's a gentle rebellion against the violence of the week. It doesn't demand that we be cheerful. It invites us to be human, to rest, to weep, to sing, to let our cracked hearts be held in sacred rhythm. We'll hear that idea echoed in Lechadodi when we sing Kumi tzei mitocha hafecha, Rav lach shevet be'emek habacha, vehu yachamol alayich chemla, which I want to translate as get up from the midst of destruction. You have dwelled a long time in the depths of weeping. Get up and open towards softness, towards compassion. So tonight, we hold the grief and the worry, and we step slowly, carefully, eagerly maybe into Shabbat. And with each psalm, each prayer, we insist, even here, even now, there is holiness and rest. So welcome. Can we take a breath together? Good Shabbos. I'm going to invite Arya and Hannah to come up onto the bima and light candles. What do you say? What? Excuse me. Our candle lighting is found on page 2 if you want to sing along. So we'll take the magic wand and try to light it from this tiny little flame. Oh, good job. And it'll light both there. And then hold that back when you're done. So get ready.
Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lecha likneh shel Shabbat.
Mazal tov. So Hannah, it's really a joy to get to welcome you back to this bima. Yes. And Arya to get to welcome. Just take a moment and look around. This is your community, one microcosm of the huge community that loves you and is excited for the person that you have been and the person you will become. And we cannot wait for you to teach us tomorrow. Mazal tov to you. Come here. Thank God. I'm so excited. It's going to be such a party. Mazal tov. I'm going to invite up Larry and Jane to come join me here on the bima. Do you want to bring your family with you? Yes, yeah. Oh. That's perfect. We're bringing Larry and Jane's twin. Hiya, Ellie. Well, hello there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know who this is. My sweet one. Okay, mazal tov, you two. When is today your anniversary? No. Okay, well, in the neighborhood of your anniversary. Thank you for giving us the chance to celebrate with you. So to bless you tonight, I want to borrow from the language of the Sheva Brachot, from the 7 blessings that are traditionally read to the wedding couple under the chuppah. So I'm going to sing to you because I think the two of you really, I just want to imagine you just like with blessings raining down, and then I'll translate it and offer a blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha gila verina, ditza v'chadva hava v'reut. Meher Adonai Eloheinu yishama b'arei Yehuda ובחוצות ירושלים, כל ששון וכל שמחה, כל ששון וכל שמחה, כל ששון וכל שמחה, כל ששון וכל שמחה. The translation is, blessed are you who created joy and gladness, beloveds, rejoicing, dancing, and celebration, love, friendship, peace, and solidarity, May there soon be the sound of joy and happiness in all of our cities and all of our streets, the voices of those who have joined their lives together in love. So may the two of you be made strong by your love, deriving joy from each other and refracting that joy and inspiration into this community that treasures you. May you know many more years of connection and growth and learning. May you derive so much joy from your children, from Yaeli, from your ongoing experience of life, from your commitment to community building, to laughing hard together, and to building a world worthy of this beautiful granddaughter and those yet to come. So thank you for bringing your individual and collective gifts into our community. What an honor to get to celebrate you. Mazal tov to many more years of happiness and love. Yay. Thank you. Yay. Mazal tov. Oh, we don't clap, we sing. Simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov. Yeh lanu, yeh lanu, yeh lanu, ulecho Yisrael. Yeh lanu, yeh lanu, ulecho Yisrael. Mazal tov. I'm wondering, has Sarah made it? Yay, there you are. One more blessing. Hi, you. Welcome. Oh my gosh, I love the visitors on the Bima tonight. This is so good. Hey, you guys. So good. Is today your birthday?
The second.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So Talmud tells us the story of superpowers at every age. So it's good we have multiple ages represented here on the Bima. It teaches, wait, how old are both of you? How old are you?
I'm 6.
You're 6, and how old are you, Jessie? Amazing. So the first age it tells us about is 5, which you'll be in half a year. So it tells us about being 5 and 10 and 13 and 15, and in each of those ages, you have a lot to learn. At 18, according to Talmud, you get married. At 20, you lirdof. You're making your life. You're in hot pursuit of the things you care about. At 30, it's for koach. You feel in your strength. Jesse, can you make us strong? Can you two make strong arms? Strength. In your strength, yeah. That's 30. Any 30-year-olds? Ish. And at 40, it's the time of bina, of wisdom and understanding, so that at 50, la'etzah, you can offer your wisdom in the form of advice. And this litany continues every decade until 100, and I'll add until 120. But for you, may this entry into your 40s bring you the space to integrate all of the living you've done, all of the insight you've accumulated over your life with integrity. Gather it, draw it close, study it, learn from it, laugh too. Feel the strength of what you've built, right, and who you have been, and may that become the source of your bina, of your understanding and your wisdom. So mazal tov, but arba'im labina, may your 40s be for wisdom and insight, and your intuition. Mazal tov. Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. So lovely.
Let's sing. We'll turn together to page 12. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzor yishenu nekadma. Adonai, Nariya, Litzor Yishenu, Nekadem Afanav, Betoda, Bizmirot, Nariya lo, We'll turn to page 13. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruchu shemo, baseru miyom liyom, Yeshuato, Sapru Lagoyim, Kevodo, Bechol Amim, Nifleotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Umulal Meod, Norahu, Al Kol Elohim, Ki Kol Elohei, Hamim Elelim, Vadonai, Shmayim Masah, Hod V'Hadar, Lefanav, Oz V'Tiferet, B'Mikdasho, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'Tagel Haaretz, Yiram Hayam, Umelod, Ya'alo Shaddai, V'chol asher bo, az yiranenu, kol atzei ya'ar, lifnei Adonai, kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel, betzedek, ve'alim, be'emunato. We turned to page 16, 5 lines down on the page. Yiram Hayam Ulo Tevel Ve'yosheva Yiram Hayam Ulo
Turn to number 1 on our blue sheets as we untangle the tangles of this week.
Ana bechoach gedulat yemincha tatir tzerura kabel rinat amcha saveinu tareinu nora.
Tatir tzerura kabel rinat amcha saveinu tareinu nora. Ana bechoach gedulat yemincha tatir tzerura kabel rinat amecha sagveinu tareinu nora. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 alay. Ay, 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 ay. We'll turn together to page 20. When we get to the 9th verse, you're invited to rise in body and spirit, and if you wish to head out to 50th Street to help us welcome Shabbat, you're welcome to do so. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala,
כפך רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. הנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרובה אל נפשי גאלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך, לך דודי, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. היי 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 לך דודי, היי 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 לקראת כלה, היי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. היי 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 לך דודי, היי 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 לקראת כלה, היי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקומי, מה תשכחי ומה תהמי, בך יחסו חיי עמי, ונפנתה עיר עתילה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו לשישה שוסייך, ורחקו מבלעייך, יעשיס עלייך אלוהי, כמשוש חתן הכלה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי איי איי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי, היד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, Shabbat nekabela bohi v'shalom ateret b'hala gam simcha u'besohala toch emuneh aham segula bohi kala bohi kala hay ay lecha dodi oh hay likat kala hay pene Shabbat nekabela hay lecha dodi hay likat kala hay pene Shabbat nekabela hay lecha dodi hay likat kala hay pene Shabbat nekabela hay lecha dodi hay likat kala hay pene Shabbat nekabela. Good Shabbos, everyone. As Shelley says that what I was trying to do is get us to slow down. Let's sing as our friends come back in. Ya 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 yo. Yidda ya 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 yo. Yidda ya yo ya ya yo. Yidda ya yo ya ya yo. Yidda ya 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 yo.
This is what happens when our B mitzvah student is a social butterfly. The party moves outside. So as we're waiting for our wonderful, wonderful B mitzvah student to return to us, we will turn together to page 22. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat. We'll turn together to page 28 and rise and root as Arya calls us to prayer.
You got this.
Yada da da da, 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 Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yadadai, 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 yadadai,
We'll turn to page 30, where we give thanks to a God who brings light and darkness, who brings change of time and change of season. Let's take a moment to notice the light coming through our windows wherever we are today, to enjoy the brightness, to notice the shadows cast. Taking a big breath in and out.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים.
On page 32, we notice a God who brings love into the world. I invite you to call to mind someone in your life who's in need of loving support, to feel your heart beating, sending just waves of whatever is needed in that direction. Taking a big breath in and out.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו והם נגע יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
We'll rise or root on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ובקשרתם לאור על ידיך והיו לכתוב בין עיניך ובטחתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
I invite you to join us on page 40 for Micha Mocha. And I feel particularly thankful for Micha Mocha this week. Every single week, we say these words that we said as we crossed the sea out of Mitzrayim, out of narrowness. And what's really special about it is that we both need the other side and the narrow place and the sea to sing Mi Chamocha. We need all of the parts. And this week, I am particularly inside the narrowness. I imagine there are many people in this room who also have been deeply inside narrow places this week. And Mi Chamocha feels gentle. It feels like it's saying, the narrow place is real. We will cross through it. And there is always other sides. There are always ways through. And so I want to invite you to join me as we sing tonight to see if there's just any part inside of us that can access any part of the other side right now, of the place that our ancestors gifted us this song from, and to just reach for that part or to notice a longing for that part in ourselves as we sing. You can join us on page 40.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh malechutecha ra'u banecha pokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam zeli anu ve'amru Adonai iloch le'olam ha'ed ya la 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 ya la ya la la ya ya la 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 ya ya la la ya ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל.
On page 42, we pray for shelter and peace and protection. We pray for the possibility of a sukkot, a canopy of peace to be above us. We'll sing 3 lines down on the page. Ufros aleinu Shalom Echa
Ufros aleinu sukat sukat Shalom Echa Ufros aleinu sukat sukat Shalom Echa.
We rise a root on page 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת
Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי
שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We'll stay risen or rooted on page 46 as we sing our way into quiet prayer together.
Ose shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ose shalom bimromav We'll take this time now to pray for healing of body, for healing of spirit. I'm going to invite us to take a moment to call to mind the people that we're praying for. And then to offer their names out loud so we can hear them and hold them together as a community. So tonight we're praying for we sing you healing, we sing you care, we sing you justice, we sing you prayer, we sing you healing, we sing you care, we sing you justice, we sing you prayer. El Narifana la, El Narifana la, oh, El Narifana la, El Narifana la, oh, El Narifana la, El Narifana la, oh, El Narifana la, El Narifana la. Good Shabbos, everyone. What a gift to get to teach you Torah tonight, and what a responsibility. I want to acknowledge to our friends on Zoom that this Devar Torah is not on the transcript because it pretty much didn't exist until a few minutes before 6:30. So I will post it in the transcript afterwards and beg your pardon, and we'll try to speak clearly in hopes that the captions will pick me up. So this week's Parsha, Parshat Shlach, is one of the most dramatic and important in Torah, and it comes in this profound moment as the Israelites are moving from oppression in Mitzrayim to the land that they have been promised, and they reach the point in their journey when they're about to enter the promised land. When they're about to enter, they've been wandering. And before they do so, God instructs Moses to send people to explore the land. And upon the people's return, and they're called spies in English, upon the spies' return, 10 of the 12 spies deliver a mostly scathing description of the conditions of the land. They say, "We came to the land that you sent us to, and yes, it's full of milk and honey, but the people that dwell in the land are fierce, and the cities are fortified and very great." And they start describing all of the peoples. There are so many people who live on this land. And they say, "We will not be able to go up against these people, for they're stronger than we are." And they say, "These people were so big that we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. And so were we in their sight. We saw ourselves as though we were grasshoppers, and that's how they saw us too." Yeah. As a result, so these are of the 12, 10 of them give this report, and as a result of this report, panic breaks out amongst the Israelites, who go so far as to say, let's just go back to Mitzrayim. Right? And Jasu gave a beautiful teaching in this week's Shabbat message about what it feels like to say, let's choose the pain that we know, please, rather than perish in our attempt to conquer the land. And in response, God decrees that the Israelites must wander until they've lived 40 years in the desert, which means that the generation that has left Egypt will pass away in the desert, after which all of the Israelites will be able to enter the land. So within Torah itself and throughout the centuries of rabbinic literature, these 10 spies who come and give this report, are portrayed as the worst villains in Torah. And indeed, although Torah mentions only that they were struck down by plague, commentators rush to describe in graphic detail the kinds of plagues that they experienced, emphasizing the hideousness of their sin. But Rabbi Rachel Druk offers a new read on these spies that I want to bring in today. I don't want to dwell on the commentators describing their punishment, but I want to instead offer this interpretation that asks us to reconsider the spies as not as deceitful villains, but instead offering an alternative way to enter the promised land. Now, she points out that when one of the spies who refuses to say anything negative about the land attempts to calm the people, he says, "Let's go up at once and possess it, for we will be able to overcome it." And the spies respond by saying, "We will not be able to go up against the people, for they're stronger than we are." And Rabbi Druk teaches that the spies never say that the Israelites shouldn't enter the land. Instead, they consistently emphasize and insist that the Israelites should not go to war. In an alternative timeline, what would have happened had the Israelites as a whole been able to step back from this paradigm of war and violent conquest and listen to what the spies were actually saying? What if this moment were not a choice between war or nothing, but rather an opportunity to explore how to fulfill God's promise and their destiny as a people in a way that emphasized interconnectedness and peace? If the Israelites could not shift the paradigm then, says Rabbi Druk, maybe it's up to us to try to shift it now. Maybe it's time for us to listen to the spies. Now, does anyone want to guess, what's the word in Hebrew? I notice all the rabbis have left. Hello. What is the word in Hebrew in our parsha for spies? I mean, I didn't really expect anyone to have an answer. But I would love it if someone had a guess. Spayim. Wow, that's really. What? No. Good guess. Great. So wonderful, great. Scouts versus spies. Rabbi Block in the back. Thank you. I love this. Is this a memory from rabbinical school? This chastisement? No. Shir Tikva chastisement, even better, which is Shir Tikva's great training ground if anyone's thinking about becoming a rabbi. We keep turning them. Oh. One of the other congregations, also a great training ground. But no, my friends, it turns out that the word that is used to describe the people who go and come back, anashim. Ish in singular, anashim. Can anyone tell me, what does anashim mean? People. Right, guys. What does this mean? I'm going to offer that we're actually witnessing the way that our tradition gets taught to us as an ideology. This is a moment, right? We receive surprises from the children. We receive in English a clear judgment. Spies, even scouts, I would offer, puts them, what is a scout? Puts them in a role with a specific responsibility. However, in Hebrew, it's offered to us as people. These are people who go and come back with different perspectives, right? It's a setup in English. We've been set up. I don't know how old this translation is, But I want us to just notice what happens if we don't think of spies or scouts or agents, but people going and getting scared and coming back and saying, okay, how do we make relationship with people that scare us, where there's power between us and we don't have the words for it? How do we talk about that? What do we do with that? What's our responsibility? And I want to offer that as inheritors of a tradition which is in Hebrew, but for which most of us receive Torah in English, we have a responsibility to ask big questions, both of the world that we live in and also of our text. This text is not telling us, the text itself is not the instruction that the English would want us to believe it is. And so what do we do to listen to the people who come back and say, perhaps we don't have to take this by force? And as a people who believe in tikkun, which is to say, who believe in taking broken vessels and making them whole, not smashing them more, but taking them and finding broken pieces and putting them together, how do we take this broken story? By that I mean a story that has been taught to us in a broken way, and make new sense of it? How do we come to the place where we shift it, where we say, we hear this story and we will commit to finding ways towards interconnectedness and peace? Not because it's easy, there is nothing in the story that is easy, but because there are people in our tradition who, and it will learn, the majority of people actually who came back and said, maybe not conquest. Can we listen to that majority in a new way? So I look forward to digging into the Hebrew with you more, right? And seeing how might we free the story up so that we can find new ways in together. And I just want to end, it's a story as a coda, but I just want to say thank you to Rabbi Block and to Rabbi Joey and to Jace, who came to the Capitol today to stand with 50-something other clergy people and religious leaders to say no to political violence and to say, actually, as a faith community, we have to find a different way to stand up to Christian nationalism, to stand up to militarized police, and to help our communities find each other in this time. We were 50-some people in a room representing 440 clergy who had signed a letter saying, committing themselves and their communities to that work. And so I just want to say thank you to Rabbi Block, who spoke spontaneously from the podium, and to Rabbi Joey, who offered a gorgeous prayer, and to the communities that came together to make that possible. It felt like an embodiment of this different possibility today. So I just wanted to call it out. Yasher koach. So good Shabbos, my loves. There are no answers today, but that actually feels extremely fitting considering where we are. I just look forward to being inside of this conversation with you. Good Shabbos. We will turn together to the blue sheets and we'll bless each other. That's a really nice thing. If you're here with your kids or if you're here with people you like to bless or receive blessings from, I invite you to come close. And we'll offer the words on the page and then receive the blessings from our Zoom friends. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevarech et hanearim, v'yikarev hahem shemi, v'shem avotai, Avraham v'Yitzchak, v'yidgul harav, Simchem Elohim kesara kerivka kerachel uchelea kefraim v'chimenashe yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem giving our people a moment, so we'll sing for one more moment. Ya-la-la, ya-la-la, ya-ya. Ya-la-la, 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 ya-la-la. Ay, ya-la-la, ya-la, ya-la, ya-la. May we all just be recognized as some guys, gender neutral. May we find innumerable paths through every problem. May our fears impel us to connect and strive for a better answer and a better world. May we find vision and action in the understanding of our interconnectedness. May we respond as people when asked to take action. May we listen to those voices of our tradition that have been drowned out. May we bring together our weary, cracked, open hearts. May we, on this solstice Shabbat, pull back from what is extreme, whether it be equalizing the day or political violence. Ya-la-la, ya-la-la, ya-la. Ya-la-la, 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 yo. Ay, ya-la-la-la, ya-la, 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 yesher koach. We'll begin to conclude our service on page 284, and I'll invite you to rise.
Ki Adonai, Ruach Elohim, Hashevota, Folks can be seated. We've had a tradition for the last year and 3/4 of pausing before saying Mourner's Kaddish to sing the words of Oseh Shalom, to say those words in place of the too many names of people who died on October 7th and since in Israel and Palestine, people that are dying today still in Gaza, in Israel, in Iran as bombs fall. We say these words not because they are enough, but as a regular reminder that this is not okay, as a rootedness in our commitment to ceasefire, as an opportunity to dream towards something else. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel. In a moment, we'll say Mourner's Kaddish. Leading up to Mourner's Kaddish, I'll read a list of names of people in our community who have died in the last 30 days and people who have died on the anniversary of this time in previous years. If you hear the name of anyone that you knew and loved on this list and would like to raise your hand and share just a sentence of story about them, we would love to hear. When I'm done reading through this list of names, if there's anyone who you're in the yard site for in the anniversary of this time, or who has died very recently, who you'd like to share on, who you loved, please feel free to raise your hand. Today we're in the Shloshim, the first 30 days of the death of Gina Steinberg-Marver, sister of Nancy Abramson and sister-in-law of Rabbi Stacey Offner. Ruth Schlaff, mother of Pamela Gard. Sheila Zemsky, mother of Beth. Nancy Kleinman, stepmother of Jeremy. Shirley Edelman Koenig, grandmother of Rachel Nevis. And Melissa Hortman, Melissa Hortman, Mark Hortman, and their service dog Gilbert, lawmakers and friends of Shir Tikva in greater Minnesota. Well, we are in the yard site, the anniversary of the death of Molly Bazek, Jane Bazek's mother, Fred Block, Barbara's father.
My father, who died 27 years ago on this day, was not someone who liked religious ritual. That's putting it mildly. But because I was going to be taking part in a service at Shir Tikva back at the St. Paul JCC, he came. And he said afterwards that it was possibly the best service he had been to. He liked the discussion that we had on Shabbat morning. So a good memory I have of him connected to this community.
Jimmy Breslin, Katie's father. Miriam Cohn, Jim's mother. Mary Desnick, Leslie's mother. Annie Giggering, Claude Riedell's mother. Morris Hartman, Maury's grandfather. Joy Haskell, Rona's sister.
Joey, just wait for a moment.
So sorry. 1 second.
Oh, thank you. Miriam was a social worker who pioneered a number of ways of helping other people. I got to know her husband, who was ill, and spent a fair amount of time with him. She was just a very kind and special leader for the community.
Thank you. Joy Haskell, Rona Hammer's sister. Phyllis Hiller, Carolyn Hiller's mother. Fred Katz, Gail Katz James's father. Eric King Smith, Gail Friedman's stepfather. Molly Farrell McCarthy, Martha Brand and Jerry Rosen's granddaughter.
Molly was a 5-year-old who loved unicorn and rainbows and left a grieving sister, mother, father, grandfather, and grandmother when she died.
Julius Miller, Mike Miller's father. Joseph Nudell, Jeremy Kalin's grandfather. Dr. David Pink, Joel's grandfather. Jane Resch Thomas, Lincoln's beloved friend and mentor. Vincent Reyes, Sophia Wood's cousin. Robert Resnick, Hirsch Berman's benefactor. Ruth Marie Rinker, Kristen Ruth's mother and Emmett Cowler's grandmother. Ronald Rolson, Forrest Yesness's grandfather. Irving Rose, Laura Friedman Sheldov's grandfather. Irving Rose, Audrey Friedman's grandfather. Jack Rothbaum, Susan Rothbaum's grandfather. Dolores Salzberg, Ron Salzberger's sister. Esther Marie Sauter, Sia's mother.
So I'm going to remember my grandmother too. Grandma Emma was, this is her yard side also, and she was a dramatic storyteller, and she used to scare all the little kids in the neighborhood with her story of demons and devils from the old country. Yeah, I wonder where I got it from. So my mother was completely the opposite. I mean, she was her daughter-in-law. And my mom was kind of quiet, and she didn't like to speak, but she liked making things, and she loved to sew. And sometimes you'd see her sew, and she was just in the zone. And now I realize it was kind of like a spiritual practice for her. She could just focus, and it was something that gave her joy. But she also loved to do this to make things for other people, so busy books for the local nursery school. She also would get together with a friend, and they would work on quilts to sew for a charity, and they would raise money for the charity that way. But one day she came home from quilt sewing, and she said she talked to her friend, and her friend finally opened up because she had never told anybody about her life growing up with an alcoholic father. She had always been ashamed. So through sewing, my mother was able to help another person and share life and just tell her, you know what, my family weren't alcoholics, but they were not perfect too. So I thought that was inspirational, that to know that you can find something that gives you joy, but in the long run, it's probably going to be a means of service to other people too.
Irvin Schlaff, Pamela Gard's father. Leighton Siegel, Jeff's father. Earl Silber, Larry's father, and Emily and Naomi's grandfather.
Thank you, Rabbi. My father was an interesting guy. He and his 7 siblings grew up in the sort of quintessential Jewish American story. His immigrant parents selling bread from a pushcart on the streets of Baltimore, Maryland. And I think because of his roots, he certainly instilled a strong advocacy and belief in the potential of people. And I think he'd be dismayed as how our government is treating immigrants today.
Bella Soba, Nicole Cadarella, Gasper's friend. You want to just pass?
I met Bella when she was 6 and I was 8 at a summer camp for kids with muscular dystrophy. And we were friends ever since, hanging out on the summers and at our yearly summer camp. And we got older and grad schools and law schools, but we made sure to see each other frequently.
Maxwell Spunt, Michelle Spunt's father. Pearl Steen, Marcy Steen's mother.
Remembering my mom at the time of, or soon to be, her 6th grandchild being born in a week or so. She was a fashionista, and she was one of the most stubborn people I've ever met in my life, but she would say no first, and then she'd think about it a little bit, and she'd say, oh, okay. She was a gemologist, and I read somewhere that pearl is considered the queen of all gems. So that was my mom, Pearl, the queen of all gems.
Lloyd White, Erica Sack White's father.
So on this day, 4 years ago, I lost my dad. It happened to be Father's Day. I just think it's appropriate that I can remember him in this season because he loved spring and summer. He loved gardening. He loved being outside, fishing, finding solitude. And I think we all can appreciate that being in nature helps us heal our souls right now when there's so much pain around. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I lost another person just this month. My Uncle Jim is my mother's younger brother, and he was never allowed to be his authentic self because his mother threatened to disown him if he ever expressed anything outwardly gay. And so he was never allowed to be that person he was meant to be. So when my sister was gay, and first was showing that, my mother and father did not do that at all. They fully embraced her and loved her. So I just want to let everyone know that generational change is positive. So.
Fred Yesnes, Forrest Yesnes' grandfather and father of Daniel Yesnes. Does anyone else have a yard site that they'd like to mark?
This week we're coming up on the 1-year yahrzeit of Liara Tsai. She was a young trans woman in our community who we lost to intimate partner violence, and was a beloved DJ. We have enough people out to get us. We don't need to be doing this to each other, and we don't need to be allowing this to happen in our communities. So I wanted to acknowledge her. And also, on Saturday at Salt Lake City's No Kings rally, Arthur Alun was shot and killed. So may both of their memories be a blessing.
We'll turn together to page 294 and rise in body and spirit. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon
u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalad v'yitalal shemei dekutsha niku Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'alma v'imru amen Oseh shalom Chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael imru amen Oseh shalom b'imramav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. I think it's Dennis. Dennis, would you like to announce? We can take it.
What? Here, you can that's right. It's your pride.
I volunteered, now I'm being voluntold. My name is Dennis Guillaume, and I want to say how proud I am of our two rabbis who were at that press conference today. You can see it on Fox News. They put the whole thing on YouTube, and WCCO did a story about it. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Such a joy to be together. At the end of the service, separate those blue sheets that two of us spent all that time stuffing into those prayer books. Like, take them back out and put them on the table. Mazel tov to Aria Nazan Lipman on becoming bar mitzvah, Sarah Pomeroy's 40th birthday, and Larry Silber and Jane Binder on their anniversary. Thanks to all those who made tonight possible, Rabbi Joey and Ariel, Gordon, Sam and the Macomb Minion, Julie Jacobs, Lori Sweet. Jace's name is not written here. Jace. Thanks to our Shomrim, Davey Beam and Ron Diatkin, and Security for their steady presence. And thanks to Sarah for sponsoring the Oneg in honor of her 40th birthday, and Larry Silber and Jane Binder for hosting the Oneg in honor of their 20th anniversary. Announcements. Find all of our Shir Tikva announcements, programming updates in our weekly e-news and on our website. Interested in what membership means at Shir Tikva? Chat with Carly Gershon and Larry Silber, our membership committee reps, who are here tonight. Where's Carly? I know Larry is over there, and Carly's over there. Join Shir Tikva. Oh, let's see. Next week's Shabbat service will be a mask required service. Is that because we have 5 services in 1 month? If this isn't the best fit for you, please join us on Zoom. Join Shir Tikva's new Good Trouble Club for an afternoon of displaying pro-immigrant banners and signs on the 42nd Street pedestrian bike bridge over 35W, Sunday from 2:30 to 4. Just remember that your signs have big letters because people in the cars need to be able to read them. A reminder that your community is here to support you, so please reach out to our rabbis if you encounter a life change so they can activate the Shir Tikva network of support.
You're a wonderful announcement giver, Dennis. Thank you so much.
Why, thank you.
Yes. Good Shabbos, everyone. We're going to bless grape juice and challah. Just a point of personal privilege. This is my last Shabbat service until August. I'm going to be traveling with my family to see Noam's family in Albania for the whole month, so I will miss you, and I can't wait to come back with stories. And thank you so much to Rabbi Joey and to Jace and to all of our musical leaders for holding us over these next weeks. I will miss you. Good Shabbos. Can't wait to see you on the other side of it. But let's bless, shall we?
You can find the blessing on page 5 in your Siddur. Shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uratzon itilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim tivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta im kol ha'ami v'shabbat Yahava uratzon in Kalpanu. We'll close in song. Yadada ya ya yamba ya yadada ya yo. Yadada ya yo yamba ya yadada ya yo. Yadada ya ya yamba da ya yo. Yadada ya ya yamba da ya yo. Yadada ya yamba ya yadada ya yo. Yadada ya yadada ya yo. Yadada ya yadada ya yo. Yadada ya yadada ya yo. Good Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos.